they became the rulers. And at that time, after the death of Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, then his son Yazid was designated to be the Khalifa. And Hussein radiallahu anhu, who was the grandson of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was the son of Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, the beloved daughter of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was the son of Ali radiallahu anhu, the cousin of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his son-in-law. And Hussein himself was a very pious person, a very devoted person, a person of great generosity and great courage. He grew up in the household of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He grew up in the most sacred household. And he learned those things from his parent, from his grandparent. So Hussein radiallahu anhu, he realized that the things are moving into wrong direction. Things are not the same as they're supposed to be. The government is not following the right path. So he stood against that. And he stood against that, but unfortunately, sometimes people in their drunkenness of power, they don't realize what they are doing, to whom what they're dealing. And there was a fight that took place in which Hussein radiallahu anhu and his family, they were brutally murdered. And that is the event that is of Shahada of Hussein radiallahu anhu. And that happened also on the 10th day of Muharram. So we do not fast because of that. We fast because of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam fasted. But we also have to remember that day, because that's also a day to remember. It's a sad day. It is a shameful day that some Muslims did that. But also it is a day of a courage. It shows the strength that people can stand up for the right cause. This is the day of courage. It's a day of great steadfastness, sabr. Sabr on the part of Hussein radiallahu anhu, sabr on the part of his family, or the brutality on the part of Yazid and the people who are with him. So it is important to learn that. It is important to take some lessons from that. And there are many, very, many important lessons that we have to learn. One of them is that to stand up for the right cause, for truth, for justice. The government must be the righteous government, not the government of corruption, as unfortunately the governments are today, even in the Muslim world. Actually, some of the non-Muslim governments are much better than some of the Muslim governments, unfortunately. The way that people are behaving, they still as if they have no care for their people, as if they have no concern for their people. One time Rasulullah said, خِيَارُ أَئِمَّتِكُمْ الَّذِينَ تُحِبُّونَهُمْ وَيُحِبُّونَكُمْ وَشِرَارُ أَئِمَّتِكُمْ الَّذِينَ تُبْغِضُونَهُمْ وَيُبْغِضُونَكُمْ. The best leaders are those whom you love and they love you. That is, people love them and they love their people. The worst leaders are those who hate their people and the people hate them. And this is unfortunately the situation. Those of you who have been following the news of WikiLeaks, some of you might have read that what kind of leaders we have today. And what are they doing? As if they hate their own people. As if they are fighting their own people. They have no concern for their people. So that's shiraru aimmatina, our worst leaders that we have, most corrupt leaders that we have today. And that's why the Ummah is in terrible situation, in terrible shape. So it's very important that there should be shura, there should be consultation, there should be democracy, there should be the rule of the people. The rule should not be in the hands of just few who control and do whatever they want. It should be in the hands of the people. And the people, this is the way the Khilafah was. This is the way of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali, Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'in, that's why it's called Khilafatul Rashida. Not Al-Mulk Al-Azuz. Not the kingdom that fight each other, the kingdom that kill each other. So that is the lesson that we learn, that people have to work hard, people to make an effort so that the righteous states take place, the righteous system come up. That's what we have to do. They have to work on. So this is the great lesson that we have in this story. Another thing that we have to learn is that Hussein radiallahu anh was not a Shia. And the people who killed him were not Sunnis. People who were with him, they were not Shia. And the people who supported him, or the people who were against him were not Sunnis. This is fact of history. Because this division of Shia and Sunni came after that. It was not at that time. So, we all love Hussein radiallahu anhu, regardless where we are coming from. We all love Hussein radiallahu anhu because he is from the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all honor him and respect him. Unfortunately, this division has taken place, but Muslims do not have to continue with this fighting each other. There should be better understanding between the two. Sunnis and Shia should understand each other, should live in peace and harmony with each other, should try to see how we can work out. Yes, we have differences, unfortunately, but these differences, yes, live by those differences. If you can, it's possible to resolve them, inshallah. But there is no need to fight. So whatever the fighting that is taking place in Iraq, or what is fighting taking place in some parts of Pakistan, or in some other places, this is no need for that. There has to be better understanding. There has to be intra-faith relationship and interfaith relationship. Intra-faith is the people of the same faith. They should have good relations with each other. So, we don't have that much divisions, unfortunately. Fortunately, we do not have it. We have some division, unfortunately, but fortunately, we do not have much division. But this small division has been made into big thing. You know, if you look at the divisions that are there, the kind of differences that are there in other faiths, in Judaism, for example, you have Orthodox, Reform, and Conservative, and the kind of differences they have. In Christianity, you have Catholics and Protestants have 400 different denominations. And then you have Buddhists, and you have, among the Buddhists, you have, Hinayana, Mahayana, and all kind of different groups. Sometimes people say it's not one religion, it's a group of religions under the name of Buddhism. That's why we are going to have a class, inshallah, on comparative religion. I would like to come, that people should know a little more about that. So we do not have that much division. We do not have that much differences. But even the small differences have become too much. And we lost the sense of tolerance, working together with each other. It's very important that people should have this understanding with each other, working with each other. And of course, we have tried to build the bridges of understanding with the people of other faiths, because we are living in the global village. And it's very important that we should understand each other and work with each other and try to cooperate with each other. So these are very important lessons that we can learn from this moment, from this time. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us on the right path and save us from division and disharmony. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen, nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. It is very important that whatever we talk about, we should stick to the authentic traditions, Quran and the Sunnah, authentic Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. About the day of Ashura, there are so many different stories that people say. That Nuh alayhi salam's ark was saved on this day, and Ibrahim alayhi salam was saved from the fire of Namrud on this day, and this happened on this day. Those things are not coming from the authentic ahadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The only thing that's coming from the authentic hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is what I mentioned there. Musa alayhi salam and his followers were saved on this day, and the fasting is only 8th, 9th and 10th. Not all the 10 days of the month of Muharram, not necessarily for the whole month of Muharram, not necessarily that one should go and also mourning and wearing the black dresses and all kind of things. These are not necessary. These are not part of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. What is needed, and then also there is no prohibition of marriages during this time. Marriage can take place any time. The only time there is that when you are making Hajj, then you don't marry at that time. Otherwise, permissible. So there is no thing that this is considered as a manhus time or as a time of saddening and mourning and all those things like that. Not that way. Only thing is that we fast on this time and remember this tradition of the Prophet ﷺ. And if we follow the right path, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep us on the right path and bless us. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وعلى من تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين خصوصا على الخلفاء الأربعة أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعلى السيدين الشهيدين أبي محمد الحسن وأبي عبد الله الحسين وعلى أمهما فاطمة الزهراء وعلى عميه المعظمين المكرمين عند الله والناس الحمزة والعباس وعلى سائر الصحابة والتابعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وعنا معهم بفضلك وكرمك يا أكرم الأكرمين ويا أرحم الراحمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم اجمع كلمة المسلمين اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وأصلح ذات بيننا اللهم أصلحنا وأصلح أحوالنا اللهم اجعلنا هداة مهتدين اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر فأقيموا الصلاة